All right. We'll give everybody a couple of minutes to hop in here. I had to turn my fan off too. It's noisy. Um, I'm really excited to bring this to you live. We, in the real estate business and the loan officer business and any sales service, any sales, you develop over time your list of your people, right? Your clients, the people you want to be your clients, the people you communicate with on a regular basis, trying to figure out how you can add value or solve their problem and just build up a good rapport with them. And it's easy, especially in today's day and age, for that information to land in like your phone, in Google Contacts, in Facebook, in your CRM, in LinkedIn, in Instagram. And I've just recently learned it can be in places like Bumble and Match.com and like all these places. And it's super, and so I'm just thinking about that, like that just makes me hyperventilate just thinking about all of that stuff. And so I know when you're in business and the sales business in particular, you already have a lot to think about. And now you're trying to chase down phone numbers and email addresses and that stuff all the time. I know that because I do it all the time. I probably have like 5 people I have to ask for. I just had to ask a guy on LinkedIn for his phone number, and I've known him for 20 years, right? So just stuff just ends up everywhere. Okay. So we're going to talk about how to simplify that and just some simple tools and strategies we could do that with. So, if now that we've got some people coming on here, give me a thumbs up or a heart, or if you have your sphere and you've been in business for a little bit, but maybe you're missing out on some deals or two because you're probably not doing a good enough job staying in touch with your people, or maybe, you should be doing more. Right? You know that you've got your people and it's giving you some anxiety around, I'm not putting my word out. I should be doing a better job of getting my message. There's all these different platforms that I can be marketing. Thumbs up, guys. Yeah, perfect. That, it's something that you're aware of that you're not doing a good job on. Now, some of you are doing a good job, but maybe the message isn't converting. So this week we're going to talk about that too. Okay. And it's your job, when you get into real estate, you're like, I want to make some money. I want to get paid fairly for my time and rewarded for my efforts and all this stuff. And I want to build this great business. And then, right. And then you kind of lose sight of the fact that you're in the marketing business. You're in the promotion business. You're in the problem solving business. And you get to do all these things, but we forget to market ourselves. I've done it a million times, right? You just forget to do some certain things. So we're going to talk about that too. All right. I'm gonna get it through my intro and we're gonna dive right in, I promise. Okay. Here's a good question to ask yourself too, is do you spend more time in your social media or these various technological platforms than you do your CRM? Like, do you spend more time farting around on social media than you do in your CRM talking to people that you should be talking to do what you're supposed to do, right? And it's a trap we all get stuck on. Heavens knows I've been doing the death scroll late at night. You generally are the benefit from that because I'll find something really cool and post about it. Um, but that's just there's some awareness that needs to go into that. Remember, when you're in real estate, you got into real estate or whatever sales organization, your sales business that you're in, you got into this business to make money. All right. So that you can go live a life that you deserve. Like, never lose sight of that. And if you're not paying attention to that and you're not marketing yourself and the solutions that you have and the successes that you have and the gratitude that you have for being in there on a consistent basis, you're not going to get where you want to be. Okay. So the key there is consistent basis. We're going to talk about that too. It is not complicated. In fact, I'm going to give you a spreadsheet that will show you what you need to do. And I'm going to give you a spreadsheet that will help you start to funnel down all the bits and pieces of information you have from all your people into one spot. So it's easier to manage, right? And once it's easier to manage, you could be a lot more effective, don't you think? Yeah, absolutely. Good. All right. So let me see. I've got some notes here. All right. So basically, here's the first thing that we need to talk about. I have one more thing to say actually about this. You didn't get into this business to survive. I'm assuming you got into the sales business not to survive. Maybe initially you did, but then you started getting your sea legs under you and you started getting some success and you got a taste of what that felt like. And then all of a sudden you wanted to go from surviving to now it's time to thrive. Okay. And along the way, you have to build systems to do this. And this fundamental system, this system of the people that you already know, is the one that gets overlooked and forgotten and treated poorly by everybody. Only the super successful have a very good system around this, and there's no reason you can't do it. So here we go. Here we go. Promise we're getting into it. All right. So here's what you're going to do. And I'm going to, for all of you that are on here and have indicated that you want more information, I'll send you a sheet afterwards that has a breakdown of these steps. But I just want to get this in your mind about what this process is going to look like this week. Okay. We're going to take the information from your phone. We're going to take the information from Google Contacts, from your CRM, and we're going to get them all in the same place. And then we're going to organize them. We're not going to categorize them. We're just going to clean them up. Okay. And then we're going to go create your audience. All right. As a marketer, you're building an audience for yourself because you have messages that you need to put out. And when you have them in various locations, you think that you need to have various messages. Well, that's not true. You just need to be you. And I'm going to give you the framework that you need to be you in when you're out there telling your message. I'm going to do some fun hand signals all day long. Okay. So we're going to build your audience. And when you have your audience dialed in, y'all, when you have your audience dialed in and you start to show people and demonstrate to people that you are the resource for them, they will not hire or think about anybody else ever. You have to consistently do it. Now, in order to go from surviving to thriving, you're going to have to market yourself every single day for the rest of your life. Okay. I just want you to understand that because it is competitive out there. Every single day for the rest of your life, you will be marketing. Got it? And you don't just get to market junk because now as you set up an audience where there's some commonalities across all the platforms and who the people are, you have an algorithm and you got to keep your algorithm happy because if people lose interest, your algorithm will suffer and then you'll have to work your way back in. All right. There's a bit of advice I'm going to give you on this also is it's okay to suck. It's not okay to skip. Okay. We all have days where we go in fully charged and we take care of business. We all have days where maybe we had an eclipse or something and we're tired and we just don't feel like doing it or whatever. Do not skip. It's okay to stink at it. Okay. It's okay just to all right, well, I'm going to go into the gym. I'm going to hit the elliptical for 10 minutes instead of an hour or whatever your thing is. Right. Same thing with marketing, same thing with conversations, etc. It's okay to have those kind of days. It is not okay to skip. Clear on that. You're welcome for that. All right, good. Okay. So here's what you're going to do. Yeah, I'm going to assume that everybody has an iPhone. If you have an Android, that's all I have to say about that. And then Google, and then a CRM. But the point of all this is, I don't care. It really doesn't matter where your information is. What you need to do is get it into a CSV file. CSV file. Okay. You're going to take your Apple phone. Actually, you're not even going to use that. You're going to go, the first thing you're going to do is Rachel, perfect. The first thing you're going to do is go to iCloud, log in, go through their protocols, security protocols, and Android, they'll probably have something similar. I think you're Google-based, so everything's Google already. You're going to go to Contacts. You're going to select all. Okay, I'll send you a video for this. And then you're going to go over to the little square arrow box, and you're going to say export, and it's going to export as a VCF file, all contacts. I did mine yesterday for practice. I had 40 contacts. Okay. Now, the people in your iCloud, these are the ones that you put in your phone that don't make it to Google Contacts or your CRM. Okay. These are just the ones that make it to your phone and maybe do or do not go into other places. All right. These are probably the most recent contacts you have, by the way. So you're going to download that. Okay. You're going to go to a VCF file. Then you're going to go online and you're going to type, how do I convert VCF to CSV? And a website's going to show up. It's free. I have it. I'll send it to you. Run it through there. You're going to have your CSV file. Save it on your desktop, phone, CSV. Then you're going to go to Google Contacts or whatever. Some of you use Outlook, right? You're going to go to Contacts. You're going to export all those to a CSV. And you're going to create this CSV file for Google Contacts CSV. Save it on your desktop. Then go to whatever CRM you're using. If you have another one other than those two, a lot of people don't. Some people actually still use Google Sheets, which I'm totally fine with. You want to use the one that you will use the most often. Okay. And remember, we're building an audience, right? So you're trying to get everybody onto the same page. We're going to talk about how to organize it in a second. Okay. Everybody on the same page. And then you'll go to your CRM, select all your Sphere contacts or however you have them labeled. That's how it is in our team, in our organizations, and export them, CSV file. And and then save that on your desktop. So now you're going to have 3 CSV files that we're starting with. We'll get to Instagram and Facebook later. Don't worry about that right now. I'm going to send you also a spreadsheet, and it's going to give you the format of how you need to organize your CSVs. It's going to take some work, okay? So you're going to have, look, but it just takes some work, but it's not going to take long. By the way, this works if you have 50 people or if you have like 6,000 people. It doesn't matter to me which one it is, okay? 50 people, 20 people, 6,000 people. It doesn't matter. You get it all. So it's going to be first name, it's going to be last name, it's going to be phone number, it's going to be email address. By the way, each person, married, partnered, whatever, they get their own line, okay? Own line. They get their own line. One single person across, all the way across. And then you're going to have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, their address, their birthday, notes, okay? This is where you're going to spend some time today, y'all. So you're going to create this CSVs. You're going to have to format them based on the master template or primary template, whatever we're allowed to say there. The template that I send you, and get it so that it's synchronized. I'm going to add one more column to it so you can indicate where the source is, like did it come from phone, CRM, Google Contacts, or whatever, right? So you can keep track of that too. You're going to build it all out. Then you're going to sort it by last name and then first name, and you're going to look for duplicates, and you're going to clean it up. And the next thing, okay, that's all you have to do today, by the way, to clean up your database. Get it all into this template, and then you're going to sort it, and you're going to clean it up. Okay, you're going to get rid of the duplicate names, and don't delete the contact information, right? You want to just make sure that you've got the names and the numbers and their address and their birth dates, whatever information you have, just get it all into one file. Okay, that's all you have to do today. Tomorrow, all right. Well, that's not all you have to do today. You have to do one more thing. I'm gonna come back to it tomorrow. What we're gonna do is we're gonna sit down and we're gonna learn how to synchronize all that information with your Facebook and your Instagram friends. You're going to go through an exercise that feels really good, sometimes cathartic, okay, starting tomorrow. But you have to get this is this database that you just organized. It's the most valuable thing you own. This is your book of business. It's the thing that's going to give you the most money and the biggest rewards and the highest fives, sometimes the lowest lows, right? The highest high fives that you're ever going to have. It comes from this spreadsheet. This is like your heartbeat of your organization. So you got to take good care of it, and you got to make sure it is super duper healthy. We are going to focus on the health of this thing for you for the next 5 days. And that's it. I'm running a little fast, so I'm going to throw in a couple of bonus things here. Also this week, I'm going to give you some pretty basic business building apps that you need, some people to follow. I'm going to give you some, some business assets that everybody should have and some kind of etiquette around them. These are the basics, the fundamentals for anybody building any kind of business, I think. And then we'll start talking about the kind of marketing and the messaging that you need to do. But here's what I want you to do. So download from your phone, download from your contact list, Google or Outlook, and then download from your CRM. And then you're going to want to synchronize all the names and the numbers, right? Look for duplicates, get rid of the duplicates, clean it all up. So you're going to have your list. And this list is what we're going to use to go forward. Right. And this is what we're going to use to clean up Facebook. We're going to clean up Instagram. We're going to clean up LinkedIn. And then we're going to get a cadence of communication going with them. And it's not this like it's not something that will grind you into dust. It's super easy, super manageable, easy thing for you to do for the rest of your life. You're in marketing for yourself. You get to do this for the rest of your life. How awesome is that? Okay. I love it for you. I love it for us. I love it for everybody. By the way, this is a good way to ensure that your friends and the people you know don't get crappy business hiring somebody else. This is a good way to make sure that your friends and everybody you know they hire the right person, because you're on top of it, and you're going to demonstrate why you're on top of it with all this marketing and the messaging that you're going to do. So on top of that, I need you guys to go do one thing today. One more thing. Go preview a house or a piece of real estate or interview somebody, whatever business it is that you're in, or go look at a piece of equipment or whatever. I have friends that sell robots. I mean, I have all kinds of stuff here. Okay. And you want to just take your phone, do a reel. By the way, the new iPhone, you can do a little in-picture dual video thing, which is totally legit. I look forward to playing with that for a while. But just go take a video and do a little. You're going to create a reel. I think a reel is this way. This is something else. Reel is this way. So do a little reel with people with a house and tell people while you're walking through it what you see and what you like about that house, how much it is, where it is, and and you're going to start you're going to do a little quick market report, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Okay. You guys are awesome. I know I just gave you a lot of homework, but guys, This is for your business, and it's for your livelihood. It's for your income. It's so that you can thrive. It's so you can go achieve like massive results without having to go spend jackloads of money on all kinds of stuff that you may or may not communicate with anyways. These are your people. It's time for you to take care of your people, and they'll take care of you, by the way. They want to take care of you, but you have to demonstrate to them that you're in the business, that you're successful, you know what you're doing, okay? And you're full-time. They want full-time. They don't want part-time. They want full-time. So you have to make that decision, okay? Y'all are amazing. Thank you for being here. I love you. If there's anything I can do for you, if I don't have your email address and you want some of this information sent to you, send me a direct message or what do you call it? I don't know, send me a message or drop it in. Yeah, send me a message. We'll grab it and we'll make sure you get this worksheet and everything else that we have going on. All right. See you tomorrow. Do your homework. Okay. Make sure you go film a video of something that has a price, features, and benefits, and you talk about that in the video. Price, features, and benefits. Make sure you show your face in the video. Have an awesome day. Go do some great work.